In an isolated village, shrouded by the looming forest, stood an ominous house, steeped in dark rumors and chilling tales. Every creak of its ancient wooden structure, every rustle of the wind through its broken windows, echoed whispers of the sinister secrets it harbored. This house, long abandoned and falling into disrepair, had a reputation that struck fear into the hearts of the villagers. The house, more of a monument to fear than a home, was a grim reminder of the stories that had been passed down through generations. Tales of eerie sounds, of shadows moving in the night, and of those who ventured too close, never to return. Its ominous presence was amplified by the moonlight, casting long, eerie shadows that danced menacingly on the cracked walls. But not everyone was frightened by these tales. A group of youthful adventurers, driven by curiosity and a thirst for thrill, viewed this house as a challenge to their courage. They were drawn to the house not by its derelict charm, but by the mysteries it promised to hold. Armed with nothing more than their bravery and a handful of flickering candles, they planned to explore the house. Their friends warned them, their parents forbade them, but the allure of the unknown was too strong. They wanted to know the truth. Was the house truly haunted, or were the stories just figments of the villagers' imagination? As the sun set, casting long shadows across the landscape, the group gathered at the edge of the forest. Their hearts pounded in their chests, their breath visible in the cold air. They glanced at each other, a silent agreement passing between them. They were ready to face whatever lurked within the haunted house. With a deep breath, they stepped onto the creaking porch, the wind howling ominously around them. The house looked more menacing up close, its dark windows staring back at them like hollow eyes. But they were undeterred. They were ready to face their fears, ready to unravel the truth hidden within the haunted house. Undeterred by the rumors, the group of friends stepped into the house, their hearts pounding in their chests. The moment the last foot crossed the threshold, the heavy front door slammed shut, leaving them trapped in the haunting darkness. As the echo of the door's slam faded into silence, an eerie chill swept over the group, a stark reminder that they were not alone. Shadows seemed to dance on the walls, their forms twisting and shifting as if alive. The flickering candlelight was their only source of illumination, casting an ominous glow over the dilapidated interior. One by one, their friends began to vanish, swallowed by the house's endless corridors and hidden rooms. The silence was broken by the occasional creak of old wood and the distant whisper of the wind. But otherwise, their cries for their missing friends were met with nothing but the house's chilling silence. The walls seemed to close in around them, the house itself appearing to relish their growing fear. The group's attempts to escape proved futile. Each door they opened only led to more rooms, as if the house was a labyrinth designed to keep them trapped. The windows, too, were no help. Either they were too high up or barred with iron, ensuring that the outside world remained tantalizingly out of reach. As their situation grew more desperate, suspicion began to creep into their minds. Whispers of betrayal floated through the air, poisoning their camaraderie. Was one of them responsible for their predicament? Were they hiding a sinister secret? The house, in its malevolent silence, offered no answers, instead feeding off their rising terror. The strange occurrences escalated. Eerie shadows darted in the corners of their eyes, slipping away when confronted directly. Strange noises echoed through the house like the distant hum of a forgotten song, sending chills down their spines. The air grew colder, the shadows darker, their hearts heavier. Their fear was palpable, their hope dwindling. The house was not just haunted, it was alive. Every creak, every shadow, every cold gust of wind seemed to confirm this terrifying reality. They were trapped in a living nightmare, a house that breathed and fed off their fear, a house that refused to let them go. As they ventured deeper into the house, they stumbled upon a horrifying truth. The house was not just haunted, it was a nexus of malevolent energy, a dark past woven into its very foundation. Tales of grisly murders, chilling human sacrifices, and an evil spirit that relentlessly haunts the house began to surface. This was no ordinary spirit, but one that had been summoned by the house's former inhabitants, fueled by their heinous deeds. With every secret they unearthed, a cold shiver ran down their spines, the air around them growing heavier. The house was a living testament to the macabre, each room holding a piece of the gruesome puzzle. As the truth started to unravel, so did their unity. Whispers of suspicion began to creep in, slowly tearing at the fabric of their camaraderie. But they had to push on, for they were trapped in a tomb of secrets, each one darker than the last. In the face of relentless evil, they found their resolve. Amidst the darkness and the growing terror, one of the group members stumbled upon an old dusty book. As they flipped through its ancient, brittle pages, they discovered it contained incantations strong enough to exorcise the malevolent spirit haunting the house. Gathering their courage, they began to chant the incantations, their voices echoing throughout the house, challenging the evil that lurked within its walls. The house seemed to shudder and shake as if resisting the forces trying to banish the evil within. Then, a fierce battle ensued. The group faced the wrath of the evil spirit, their voices rising above the chilling winds and the ghastly cries of the spirit. They fought with every ounce of strength, their unity and resolve unwavering. Finally, the house fell silent, the darkness receded, and they managed to escape, their hearts pounding with relief and fear. They had escaped the clutches of the house, but at a cost. As they left the house, a chilling wind blew, whispering an unanswered question. Was the house truly free from the evil that had once consumed it? Or was this merely the calm before another storm, a brief respite in an endless night of horror? The whispers that once filled the village about the haunted house had now turned into eerie silence. The house stood there, still and silent as a tomb, its dark secrets locked away, but not forgotten. The chilling memories of that fateful night, the horrifying shadows, the monstrous transformations, they all lingered in the minds of those who dared to confront the evil. But were they successful? Had they truly managed to banish the malevolent spirit that had held the house in its wicked grip? Or was the evil merely biding its time, lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next prey? The echo of their ordeal will forever haunt them, and the question remains: has the evil truly been banished from the house?